The assassination attempt on Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump is not the first time when a U.S. leader has been attacked. The United States is infamous for political assassinations. However, as noted earlier, yesterday's attack is the first such public attempt on a commander-in-chief or former president of the United States in more than 4 decades. Here's our final report underscoring America's dark past of political assassinations.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that if you want to really see something, take a look at what happened.
Sounds of gunshots being fired. Crowds screaming in panic. Utter chaos and mayhem. These were the scenes from Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania. The 78-year-old Republican candidate was shot in the ear while campaigning in Butler City. The assassination attempt has fueled political tensions ahead of the November presidential election. But this isn't the first time a leader has been attacked in the USA. The country has a history of political violence. Back in 1981, President Ronald Reagan was shot at and seriously wounded. He spent 12 days in hospital recovering from his wounds. The assassination attempt reportedly boosted his popularity. His attacker, John Hinckley Jr., was granted an unconditional release in 2022. In 1975, President Gerald Ford escaped 2 assassination attempts. He was attacked by 2 women within a span of 17 days in California.
Appeared at the president's side. A Secret Service agent grabbed a gun and wrestled the young...
He survived both the attacks. In 1972, Democratic presidential candidate George Wallace was attacked. He was campaigning in a mall in Maryland's Laurel when he was shot 4 times. The attack that left Wallace paralyzed for life highlighted the political tensions in the USA during the Vietnam War era. Not all leaders were lucky enough to survive the assassination attempts. Many succumbed to it, just like both the Kennedy brothers did. In 1968, Robert F. Kennedy was shot at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles. He was assassinated while running for the Democratic presidential nomination. Robert's assassination followed the killing of his brother and President John F. Kennedy in 1963.
President and Mrs. Kennedy, a warm welcome.
John F. Kennedy was riding in a motorcade with his wife Jacqueline Kennedy in Dallas when he was shot multiple times. A year later, the Warren Commission investigating the assassination concluded that the assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, had acted alone. The commission's report ended the rumors of a larger conspiracy behind the assassination. Many believe that President John F. Kennedy's death began a more violent period in USA politics and society. Before that, in 1933, President-elect Franklin D. Roosevelt became a target of an assassination attempt in Florida. He survived the attack. However, Chicago Mayor Anton Cermak was killed in the attack. Other than Trump, there's one more former Republican president who was attacked while running for the White House again: Theodore Roosevelt. In 1912, he was shot in Wisconsin State's Milwaukee City. To his luck, the bullet was slowed by a folded 50-page speech and steel eyeglass case in his breast pocket. And as the world knows, Roosevelt decided to deliver his scheduled campaign speech despite being shot. The bullet remained lodged in his chest for the rest of his life. Before Roosevelt, President William McKinley was shot and killed by anarchist Leon Czolgosz in Buffalo in 1901. And lastly, the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. In 1865, Lincoln was assassinated by well-known actor John Wilkes Booth, who was a Confederate sympathizer. He was shot in the head while watching a play called Our American Cousin at Ford's Theatre in Washington. Lincoln's assassination was part of a larger plot that included attempts to assassinate then Vice President Andrew Johnson and Secretary of State William Seward.
Take a look at what happened.
The US has a long history of political violence, and the bullet aimed at Trump has added another chapter to it.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment. So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for a future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.